And also joining us from the ring and right back onto the commentators table is going to be Tesco, one of our regular commentators at this point.
Oh, Tesco's back, man. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
So let's lock in. So how many? Wait, just so I know, how many people are commentating? I know I'm commentating. Tesco, you're commentating, right?
Me, you, and Tesco right now.
All right. So Tesco, back in the hot seat, bro. We got your brother in arms, Doom out here. What do you think about this fight? And how do you feel like Doom has been in this new version?
I've sparred Doom a few times now, and honestly, I mean, he is.
All right, we haven't heard from Tesco yet. Solly, going to throw that question back out to you. Round one underway. We've got Doom. Good to see him back in the ring after such a long hiatus. Taking on Samir. I can't hear Tesco.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear him. Interesting. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we'll comment for now until we can until Super can hear you. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. V same gym as Tesco, right? Kronk Gym, one of the leaders of that gym. And again, I would say probably the #1 EU contender, at least on ringside, and honestly anywhere else that I have seen. And Samir, doing pretty good in last week's EU exhibition, which we sort of had off camera because of the tech issues. But we had, came in, beat one of his rivals and decided he wanted to challenge for the top of the EU. So V decided to oblige him.
Nice. We need to get more of the EU folks up here. Definitely love to see all of them fight. They have such a unique and crisp style in this game. Definitely not really shy about, like, a lot of the NA boxers. They're going to go haymakers, big hooks, oohs. But the EU boxers, I mean, very sharp especially with the jabs and the crosses. I mean, they're just really clean boxers overall. And I think the game needs a lot more of that.
Can you hear me now, Super?
Yeah, I can hear you now, bro. What's going on? Welcome. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it's a little Discord stuff. So like I was saying earlier, maybe we've already caught this, but your boy Doom is in the ring against Samir. Favoritism is 100% allowed. How are you feeling about Doom's chances in this match?
Honestly, from sparring Doom a few times, I think it's going to be very one-sided. Doom's a very technical fighter. He's got very good jab, very good cross, and then even in the pocket, he's still very good with his long reach. I've also fought Samir as well. He's all right. He's pretty good. But me fighting someone as room scale versus joystick is a bit iffy for me. So I haven't seen his full potential yet, but yeah, I got Doom winning, I think, by a landslide.
Nice. I love the absolute one-sided favoritism from the commentary staff. Samir not really having a lot of confidence on his side from the corner, but that really doesn't mean anything. Anything can happen. And he's got to be very careful though. A lot of those wild swings, really punishing him at the end of that last match. I got to remind everybody that in this damage system, we have a little something called the anti-spam system. What does that mean? Well, hell, we've been trying to figure it out ourselves, but the best intelligence has been basically saying that if you throw more than 4 punches in rapid succession, doesn't matter what punches they are, doesn't matter where they come from, your character will enter a weakened state where they are more susceptible to counter punches and stuns. So right there at the end, Samir was kind of swinging back and forth wildly with those hooks. Your boy Doom came in with the clean shots, put some hurt on him, and won himself a bit of favoritism at the end of that match. But I agree with you, Tesco. I think it's so far, round one over, it's a very one-sided fight. And if Doom can keep this pace up, I think he's going to find that knockout that he might be looking for.
Second foul. Yeah, but you got to give credit to Samir, right? He did withstand that whole first round and managed to be upright the entire time. No, adjustment round coming in for both fighters. This is honestly where I think V might take it away. That Doom style where he after he kind of locks in and adjusts, he starts getting real aggressive. And that's where, I think the patch kind of melt, gives him an even bigger buff.
Yeah, speaking of the buffs that we're talking about, chat, so a couple of things that have changed in this game. Number one, that's going to help Doom in this matchup is that the chin hitbox has been increased by about 25%. So that means for folks who favor jabs and straights, they're going to find a lot of increased damage, roughly about the margin of 40% when they're kind of going for their strategy. The other thing that has been changed as well is the defense stance and the offense stance. So if you're looking at Doom right now in the yellow trunks and he's throwing those hands, he's going to be doing a bit more damage, but it's going to be slightly more susceptible to a knockdown. And just like that, let's take a look at the instant replay, the quick turnaround, bink, bink. When you're punching, the turns have tabled. You're going to be in a bit more susceptible. When you're kind of hands up in the guard, you're taking less damage. So in this version, while we have been talking about a lot of offense, one has to be very careful about people who are patient, can stay in the pocket, stay behind that guard with confidence, because they're going to be able to come back with some surprising counter shots, just like we saw from Samir.
Valentin pouring on aggression, though, realizing he has to take back that knockdown, knowing he's up on damage. You see Samir being put on the back foot here. Valentin just giving up that outboxer persona and really just scrapping it out right now with Samir.
Yeah, I don't think scrapping it out is the way that you want to go. Oh, dang. A little controller malfunction.
No.
There he goes.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Yeah, I don't think scrapping is the way you want to go right now. If you're Doom, all right, take the L. You still have one round to work, and you have the first round in your favor, right? So I would say I would say the first round went to him, bro.
I think
100%.
I think him pouring on the aggression, being the quicker fighter in the pocket, and surprisingly, I think being a little bit the shorter fighter here.
Yeah, but
I think him pushing in onto the inside, he's an experienced infighter. I know a lot of his outwork is where he specializes, but he's not just a flicker jab and a Doom persona. I mean, Valentin is a very accomplished inside fighter. I think if he were to push an infight here and genuinely go for the knockdown, that'd be his best bet here. I don't see him being able to land a knockdown on the back foot unless Samir does something stupid. Because if you notice, on every hook that Samir throws, which is damn near his every punch, he's leaning all the way over to the side on it. He's doing drastic head movement, and on stationary versus stationary, it's kind of hard to step in close enough to punish that without getting in range of the hook, you know?
I mean, I hear you, bro.
I think he's making the right decision pushing in here and taking, yep, might be able to land something here.
Nah, bro, he's not going to be able to land anything.
No.
The thing about it is Samir is well aware that he got his knockdown. Samir's not doing anything stupid. All right. He's going to take the knockdown and take this round. And the thing about it is like when you get overly focused on the knockdowns, the first thing that's going to happen is what it's just happened to Doom. You lose track and lose sight of how many punches you throw. Someone's going to catch a wild punch. And then you run the risk of being now 2 knockdowns down versus take a step back and just say, all right, what just happened? Because I'm pretty sure if you're Doom, you're like, you probably felt that was a lucky punch from Samir. And retake the third round. Solly, what do you think?
I would.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, right? Like, you can kind of, once you're in the fight, you kind of have to go with what's already worked. And that's, what he did in round 1, right? Like, be patient, be careful. And, Samir at this point could still get it down to a draw or, outright lose if the damage is there enough. So he could still catch him for a counter, right? He doesn't, he doesn't have the option to just play that passive slow fight the entire time. He needs to do something in round 3.
What about you, Tesco? How are you feeling about the round number 1 and 2 and Doom's outlook and Samir's outlook as well? Ooh, here we go. There's that pressure that
we don't need my input there.
It speaks for itself. That's the aggression there. This is the time to put the aggression on, I think, to Doom's point earlier, right? You got a fresh health bar, whole round to work with. This is where you try to set yourself ahead.
Yeah, Samir's got good inside work, if I'm going to be honest. Every time they get into the trade on the inside, it seems like Samir's landing most of the heavier shots. If V now plays the long game with his very powerful left-right, he's going to catch Samir very easily and then can push on the infight, try and get that knockdown. But yeah, I mean, first round, definitely V's. Second round, I'm not too sure with that knockdown. I think it was definitely a bit of a scuffy V5 moment, but yeah, let's have round 3 speak for itself.
We're going to see.
I think V struggling with ping right now.
A little
bit.
Definitely
See some of his shots just swinging at air.
We do have to be careful of that, Blue. Like the ping is the true op, I think, as we said earlier, right? It's been plaguing boxers left and right. So subtle, so sneaky, very frustrating to fight against, right? But, we still have a whole other round, and we honestly, the first round is you see the emotion. Did you see
V's favorite pose, the match?
That was a
Well, it's down
beautiful combo.
scorecards for sure. This is going to be exciting. V making it a high stakes match, and now the rest of this fight, both fighters need to just to dominate. V can go back in his comfortable, hitman counter long distance style, work with those long arms that he hasn't been able to use to as much to his advantage. But at this point, that defense is solid. Look at it, head movement, arms, everything working together very smoothly.
I mean, now. Go ahead, Tesco.
That little 3-4 piece that Samir threw there, V was like, bang, caught him with a clean straight up. Didn't do much damage, maybe a ping issue on his end, but that shot definitely would have landed and done some decent damage.
Decent damage indeed. At this point, what does Samir have to do to try to capture a knockdown back and take this match back completely in his favor?
I have no idea.
He's going very cautious. He's not going to he's not going to get anti-spam, right? You can tell he's not going to throw more than 3 punches at any given time.
I mean, coming back is hard. I don't know, bro.
Might be a lost game now for Samir.
He tried to punch trade bait him. He tried to rage bait V into slugging with him. Nope, not gonna work.
You won't get V slugging it out with you.
Now, that first round, though, to Bloop's point earlier, could be something that because if Samir out damaged, even though he did not have as many shots. Oh, never mind. You always got to hold out, right? You always got to hold out just to see. And a lot closer of a match than we thought it was going to be. So of course, Doom taking that first round, 10-9, losing the second round, 10-8. So he was already down before that knockdown, but then coming back, and recentering himself. Like we were saying earlier, if he rushed in, that would have pretty much put him into draw territory if he rushed in and got another knockdown there. But 2 knockdowns apiece. Second knockdown coming by way, third knockdown in the third round for Doom. The Samir grabbing that knockdown in the second round, and a lot smaller damage than the last one though. 2005 versus 1206. Pretty decent technical round, good defensive round for Doom. He mitigated a lot of damage, especially. So let's go ahead and lock in with the homies real quick right on this break. And then while we wait for them to come back from the match, I'm going to actually send out some new invites for everyone. Solly, just keep me honest. Is the bot doing extra work right now? Because some people are still not able to get in on the Discord.
So there's nothing in the safety notifications.
So
right. So chat, I'm dropping the Discord link right now. Let me know.
Start editing.
Wait a minute. Why isn't this working? Let's go. Which?
I'm gonna go on deaf and I'm gonna let you guys handle this for a little bit while I go edit that shit that I worked on with Stevie.
All right. So we've got next up, we've got Tomato jumping in the blue corner. And then who do we have in the
Tomato versus Drake? Drake's the Reaper.
Drake's
the stream on the Discord.
Solly, see if you can. Oh yeah, he's there.
I'm hopping in now. I just have to get into the lobby.
Yeah, V.
Yo, what's up? Come on up.
Yeah, V. All right, we got to talk to you, bro. So V, been a while since we've seen you fight, right? The match started off in classic V fashion. We were all talking about how you were gonna stick the outboxing, work the jab, try to keep your opponent on the outside. Something happened in that second round, and you got clobbered, dude. Were you surprised by that knockdown?
Nah,
Oh.
V5, man.
V5. Hey, let it rip, bro.
Yeah.
V5's alive. Everybody's Mike Tyson now in this damage system. But you centered yourself and you brought it back together. I was saying, we were having a little bit of a conversation on the commentary corner. Like, do you go for the immediate knockdown return or do you center yourself? What were you thinking in that moment?
When I got knocked down, I was fuming.
Yeah.
Can't lie, I was pretty mad.
Yeah.
Disappointed in myself. But now I was thinking, I'm going to get my shit back. I want the points now. So I'll try to get a little more on the infighting. And then try to get some knockdowns. It went well.
It went well.
But,
It went well. Big grats, man. Good to see you back on the big stage.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, were we gonna see you back next week, or you got the time? Like, what's up?
I don't know.
Oh
Our
no!
entertainer been talking mad smack. Man.
Look, if we could get you versus Entertainer, dude, I'll make that fight happen.
Yeah, man, you're talking too much about me.
Because then
Call me out in the YouTube comments, man.
look, then
That's not gonna fly.
the Hitman would have beaten him, and then you would have beaten him, and it would be a total Kronk Gym domination. At that point, right? So very interesting there. Samir, I gotta highlight you next, bro. Samir, there.
You're muted.
Let me double check, make sure I don't have him muted.